Drummond again. Yes, it is. They're definitely thinking about the in-season tournament. Joe gave me no warning, or it was like they all kept it close to the vest, but they're definitely going for it.
Boston has a season high in assists for the game.
Joe Mazzulla's having a conversation with Billy Donovan. He's like, I'm not trying to disrespect the game, but we have a few things at stake here.
So I gotta say, I've been pleasantly surprised about the NBA in-season tournament. I mean, when I heard about it, I thought it was like the dumbest idea. Adam Silver just throwing darts, seeing what hits, trying to make a name for himself as commissioner. That's what I thought. It was going to be weird. The jerseys, the courts, it would be corny. Felt like they were forcing players to get excited about it. But to somewhat of a degree, I'm wrong. It's been good. I mean, I would say the best NBA game this year, at least in my opinion, was the Warriors-Sacramento Kings in-season tournament game last week. It was must-watch TV, and I think the tournament feel added to how great of a game it was. And my favorite part of the whole NBA in-season tournament thing is the point differentiator as the tiebreaker of who would get into the tournament, right? And it was shown very much into effect last week, the Celtics-Bulls game. Celtics are up 27, 28 points in the fourth quarter. They needed to win that game by at least 23 points to break a tiebreaker with the Orlando Magic. And so it's the fourth quarter. All the Celtics starters are in, and they Hack-a-Drummond, which was absolutely comical. I mean, you watch Coach Billy Donovan of the Bulls go ballistic. He's tweaking. He's yelling at Joe Mazzulla. They're having this animated conversation at, center court. It was so funny. And, then after the game, players are talking about morals. So is Billy Donovan. And look, in my head, Drummond's a 12-year vet. Learn to hit some foul shots. And if Billy Donovan, you wanted to protect him so badly, you easily could have sat him. So it's not anyone's problem. The Celtics did what they had to do, because at this point they were playing to get in, literally, because if they won the game by 18 points, then they're not getting into the tournament. And so that was great. But there's still a lot of room for improvement for the tournament. And I think the $500,000 is nice. I mean, it is. It's nice for the scrubs off the bench that don't have huge contracts. It's nice for all the coaches that don't get paid the big bucks that a superstar would get. And I'm not sure how deep into the organization that $500,000 goes, but it can be game-changing money for some of the people on, within the team. So I think that's great. But that does nothing for the fan. I mean, it doesn't move the needle to me knowing that Jason Tatum would spend his entire winnings on new Kobe Bryant memorabilia. I mean, I could care less. And so the players seem somewhat into it, but I think the improvement has to be related to getting the fans more excited about the actual tournament. And so my suggestion is, keep the $500,000. That's great. Going to Vegas, the courts, right? The jerseys, keep it all. But whoever wins this tournament should get 4 automatic regular season wins. That should be part of the prize, right? Every team plays 82 games. And so you deduct those 4 automatic wins. You don't have to play them. And so the team that wins the in-season tournament would only play 78 games. And so you may be wondering, how would you determine, which games to pick? And so for me, it's kind of simple. Back-to-backs, which are so detrimental to a team, it tires them out. Often the second night of the back-to-back, you notice a diminishing, product. And so let's take the Celtics, for example, because I'm a Celtic fan. So from my point of view, the Celtics have 14 instances this year of back-to-backs, right? So you would go to the final 4 back-to-backs of the season, so in April and maybe late March, and you would take off the second night of the back-to-back 4 times. Like, that would be the 4 games. And then the other teams in those games, you'd sort of, figure out a mix of, like, they'd play, like the team in the first game getting, taken off would play the team affected on the third game. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be huge. Huge for the team, for the organization, and for the fans. I mean, think of the older dudes. For the Celtics, Al Horford, who never plays in back-to-backs. Kristaps Porzingis, who's injury-prone. Not having the back-to-backs would be absolutely, everything. Even for the Lakers, LeBron James, streak close Davis. I mean, they're in this tournament too. That is a huge incentive, and 4 free wins is not nothing either. I mean, especially in the Western Conference, where I feel like every year seeds 3 through 7 are separated by like 2 games. I mean, it's a bloodbath out there. Think what 4 wins, automatic wins, would do for a team. They'd go from like a 5 seed to a 2 or even a 1 seed, get home court throughout the playoffs. I mean, that's what it should be all about. It should be tied to winning an NBA championship, which should still be the #1 goal for the fan, definitely, and for the players. That's how you improve this thing. You make it all about, you get these 4 wins, you get to rest your players, but it doesn't affect the rhythm of the season because you're resting them on the second night of a back-to-back that they probably don't want to play in anyways, and you get a higher seed, and therefore home court, increasing your chances of winning a championship because you tend to play better at home. And so that is how I would fix it.